Controlling the Duck Goesmoo here, back with another Doug reaction. Today we're doing Twitch chat and I invaded USA with artificial intelligence. Last week I did the one where he invaded Europe, which was a fantastic video. This one's 20 minutes longer, and pretty much every comment on that video was asking for this video, so I had to make it happen. So you'll check out last week's video. I'll leave it right up there. Also give a link down below in the description. Sorry for the person that just Snapchatted me. I will be gone for the next hour watching some Doug videos. Now, the first like 2 seconds is played because YouTube loves to just be like, hey, you love Doug. So we hear how much you hear Doug because we're always listening. So let's go ahead and just, you know, play all the Dougs on autoplay for you. So you might be listening to music, but now you want to watch a Doug video. But I'm like, no, I have to react to it. Shout out to the patrons. Thank you to videos there. Love to not have the paywall channel. I read every single one of your comments, so leave some down below. Let me know what the next Doug video should be, and definitely like it to let me know that you also kind of like cast your vote for it, because I do pay attention to that. But this video is going to be an hour and 2 minutes long. Buckle up, grab some food, whatever. It doesn't matter what you're going to do. You're going to be here for the next hour, and I hope to see you through to the end. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. All right. Heard this video was one of the best videos. Yeah, the first 2 seconds play because YouTube loves to autoplay Doug videos. Because it knows how much I love Doug.
Has shattered. Each of the 50
we lasted that long?
Into its own government, and the land is in chaos. That is,
well, nothing's near North Carolina.
Fledgling empires emerge.
I do.
To the south,
well, there's
Texas. The empire of Chatlantis forms with
they
NASA
started in
at
Texas?
their helm. And in South Dakota, the empire of Doug has formed. With lots of corn. Which of these two young American nations can grow their empire into a vast new country? We're gonna find out using this program, Novel AI, which
same one. They have a really good AI system.
Any input that you give it. Twitch chat
last video was insane. I read every comment, so let me know what the next Doug video should be. Also, I'll be streaming at 5 p.m. today. Oh god.
The AI will use advanced data processing to predict what would have actually happened.
Oh wow.
To win this game, your empire must earn 13
you know about
total
that.
points. Each state is worth 1 point, and each rare resource is worth 1 point. Which of these two young American nations can grow their empire into a vast new country? Let's begin this
same brand,
battle with Chatlantis making the first move. What do you guys want to do? Designate a space pope. You can create a space pope, and then next turn send them to California. Send a space shuttle to the moon. That will not get you a point, but you are welcome to do it. Win the Super Bowl. At this point, the Super Bowl does not exist.
No team in Texas is gonna win a Super Bowl anytime soon.
That'll be a new special resource. On the first turn of the America AI invasion, Twitch chat has decided, instead of invading New Mexico or Oklahoma or Arkansas, sending a space shuttle somewhere, they are going to create a space pope. To start off, Chatlantis uses the NASA administration to elect a brand new space pope. They hope she will be responsible for managing alliances and taking over the moon. However, when they meet her at the space station, they find out that she says she is. She's actually an old friend of President Bush's, and she wants to take his place on Earth. Okay? When the president finds out this information, he decides not to run again. After resigning from office, he tells the world about that Chatlantis plan to take over the moon so they can eventually invade Earth.
But they're already on Earth.
There is a president somewhere. He also reveals that Chatlantis plans to kill everyone in order to make way for their colony. Not only that, but she has taken control of America through a covert operation. The United States Space Command is now under the power of Chatlantis. Okay,
is that a
you
resource?
Guys have Space Pope, and apparently you have the United States Space Command. That's a resolution. We're calling it there. There's also a president of America somewhere. We don't know where yet. So Twitch chat's attempt to
California
find the space pope did work, and we
resource
agree that
for money.
And her United States Space Command counts as a special.
What is that art? Is that AI art?
Which bumps their total score up to 3. Meanwhile, if I take North Dakota, I can form Megakota. I want to start my empire with Megakota. To begin their conquest, the Dakota leaders set their sights on North Dakota. They dream of uniting the Dakotas into one Megakota. So the Dakota general marched their 10,000
so you can try that with North and South Carolina?
To attack. North Dakota was a place of great fear for the Dakota army. The citizens had been living off the land since they were kicked out of the state after a failed attempt at conquering it. The people who lived there were not farmers or soldiers, but survivalists who could hunt and gather food as needed. Their weapons were crude bows, spears, and swords made from wood and metal scraps. They also had access to guns that could be easily made with tools found around their homes. The Dakota general knew that these primitive weapons would make his job much harder than it should be. Hold on, I have guns. Oh, wait, so you're saying they just have bows and spears? He decided to go straight for the town of Stanley. The general walked up the dirt road with a large wooden sign that said, "Welcome to Stanley," which read, "Welcome to Stanley, the only major city in North Dakota."
Is it actually?
Oh, it's real. The population was 2,300.
Oh, wow.
Okay. As he approached,
there's probably more people watching my videos right now than that. That's kind of crazy to think about. Heck, he had 6,600 people in his live stream today at one point.
Strong opening from North Dakota. You're supposed to say, "Go away when you see me," said the first man. "What? How do I know if I'm going to kill you?" replied the general in annoyance. "Just do it. If you don't, we'll shoot you," yelled the second man. The general sighed, knowing that this was going to be an interesting fight. He lowered his sword and held out his hand to help the fallen man up. The man got to his feet and stood before the general with a wicked smile. His face was covered in blood and dirt, but he didn't look too bad. "I'll go, but you won't get any information." "Why's that?" asked the general.
Are we going to have AI written books in the future?
Anyone anything about
Why has nobody done this?
Fine, I'll leave, but don't expect us to come back. No, I want to come back. Wait, am I leaving? Hold on. With that, the general turned around and walked away down the dirt road. He left he left the general, the North Dakota, and his men behind and marched further into the town of Stanley. It was a small town barely larger than the village he'd grown up with. Okay, that's when the general ordered the South Dakotan army to attack. A few hours later,
they attacked?
The Dakota army launched volley after volley of arrows onto the townspeople's defense line. Over 100 of them died instantly. But the survivors weren't done.
They're all saying rigged. Why are they saying rigged?
Charged the line and managed to push it back just enough for the next wave of arrows to be fired. And so it went until the Dakotan army finally broke through the lines. Okay, they ran into the homes of the villagers and started taking them by force. Taking the villagers by force?
Taking by the villagers?
Killed, others tortured for information.
War crimes.
Everyone of value in the town was taken prisoner. The general then gathered his men together and told them to
it's not a space pope, but
put them on display like animals in a zoo. I think I beat North Dakota. When they were lined up in rows facing the townspeople, the general addressed them. "This is what happens when you defy me," shouted the general. "Now you will show us your respect and bow to me, or you will all die." After a while, the general grew impatient. He wanted to move on to the next town, so he ordered his men to start killing the prisoners. They started swinging their swords and axes while the prisoners.
They have guns, don't they?
The general's a fucking badass. You committed genocide. Well, the general committed genocide. Don't put that on me, okay?
Yeah, war crimes.
I didn't train him to do that. But this time, the people of Stanley had had enough of being terrorized. They stepped out of their homes and joined the battle. They fought against the Dakota army as best they could. Oh, but the numbers were too high. Okay, come on. I win, right? I still beat Stanley. In the end, most of the people of Stanley were massacred. The general was shocked and angry. He ordered his men to stop and ran into the crowd. There he saw a young boy. I don't like this. I don't like that my general's a war criminal. The general knelt down beside the child and put his hand on his shoulder.
Like 5 minutes ago, not even like 2 minutes ago, he said he was awesome.
He's in heaven now, and she'll never hurt you again. So, thanks to my insane war criminal general, we took over the town of Stanley, which is apparently the only major city, which means North Dakota joins my empire, and I get 1 point. All right, back to the empire of Chatlantis. You can send
you should have a point like of how many soldiers
they get. If the AI decides there's people on the moon, like that could be a whole state that you get. Create a new space religion. Sacrifice the space pope to Oklahoma. I mean, Oklahoma would love that, dude. All right, you are deciding to send the space pope to the moon to create a colony. With the space pope in the United States
are they gonna make a space laser?
Chatlantis now decides to colonize the moon. They hope to form a new state and research advanced moon technology. So the space pope
loads moon technology? Is there a bunch of coal on the moon or something?
Towards the moon. On her way to the moon, she gets attacked by a group of Chatlantian ships. Your own? Betrayal. Rigged. She manages to take them down with ease. Oh, and lands in the middle of the jungle. There she discovers a massive secret base hidden under the jungles. Wait, hold on. Are you on Earth or are you on the moon? Are you on the moon jungles?
What?
Inside there are thousands
I feel like this might be like a real
waiting to greet the space pope. Once she arrives, she's greeted by the Chatlantian leader, Dr. Teeps. He explains that their planet was destroyed after being hit by a meteor, and they were forced to flee across the universe. Wait, hold on. So wait. So there's a now that they're back home on the moon, they believe it's time to settle down once and for all. Dr. Teeps asks the space pope if she would like to stay and help them build a new empire. The space pope agrees because she knows that they can turn everything around for the better. In return, she gives them access to all the U.S. satellites and the knowledge of how to use
the space pope can do that.
Their enemies.
I don't know if she has clearance for that.
You guys are allied with Dr. Teeps and the Chatlantians in the moon jungles.
Lord.
I think. Is that a resource or a state? Here's my interpretation of this. Correct me if I'm wrong. The moon was inhabited. You guys went there and formed an alliance with Dr. Teeps and the moon people. Yeah. That is now a new state in your
Now you have moon people.
Where's the... Where do I put it?
It's so big.
Jungle? I can't... Hold on. This
you can't make
look like the moon.
The moon jungle. There we go.
Stand the jungle moon. Okay, so Chatlantis successfully sent the space pope to the moon and has a new state in the Chatlantis Empire. Congratulations.
And there's a jungle on the moon.
4 points. Teeps is Dracula. Yeah, who the fuck is Dr. Teeps? Is that Dracula's first name? Yes, actually. Okay, so you have Dracula maybe. I don't know shit though. I still got
Ultimate Bridge.
If I
get
North Dakota and South Dakota governments to agree to form Megacoda, do I get a special resource? Because otherwise there's no point to that. You need Giga Virginia. No, we're not focused on Giga Virginia.
No, who wants Virginia?
If I successfully merge
family in
North
Virginia?
South Dakota into Megacoda, then I also get Mega Corn, a new type of corn that's huge. Wait, hold on. What am I doing? What is Megacoda? I don't know. It was your idea. Well, it sounded cool. I just didn't think about it. I just didn't think about it very much. Okay, what about we merge all of our agricultural companies into one company called Megacoda, which makes Mega Corn. All right, you guys might not agree with this, okay? There are going to be people out here who say I should not use my insane war criminal general again, but I'm going to have him propose forming Megacoda to the North Dakota
you better
government.
do what he says.
Use the child. But it just killed his mom, man. I don't want to use the child. Sacrifice the child. No, we're not sacrificing any children. If he does it, that's on him. I am not giving the order from on high to go sacrifice children. Now that the evil general had slaughtered the town of Stanley, it was time to create a glorious new union. The general and that kid approached the North Dakotan king and gave him an offer. King, we should have our greatest agriculture scientists from North and South Dakota merge and form a new company, Megacoda. With this business, we can finally research the fabled.
And then they're going to turn into a war or something. He's going to lose him.
Payment. What an insane war criminal! You want my son? Screamed the king. No.
The king. What?
The general smiled and slowly reached for the boy. The king slapped the general's hand away and shouted, "Take your filthy hands off my child!" Wait, the kid is his son? We murdered the general murdered the queen of North Dakota. Jesus Christ! If you don't give me the child, I'll kill you and take him away. Kill me? How dare you? I am the king of North Dakota, and no one kills the king. And what if I say that you are not the king anymore? What if I tell everyone that you betrayed your country and sold out the people in order to get rich? How did you know about that? Wait, this is from the North Dakota king, right? I have spies everywhere. The Dakota army is looking for me right now, but don't worry because if I escape. Wait, my general left? Then why aren't you here to fight me?
War crimes?
King, you're useless. The only thing you're good for is farming corn, and I don't care if you live or die. But the king of corn. Are they gonna fight?
I actually just watched Children of the Corn by Nostalgia Critic. I'll be out on Monday.
Me in my new empire. No, you can't have him. He is my son, and I will never give him up, shouted the king. Oh, yes, you will. Because if you don't, I'll kill you right now and take your son anyway.
Every video goes live in October.
I gotta fire this guy. He's making the situation a lot worse. No, I refuse to kneel to you. I am the king of North Dakota, and I will never obey you. Well, then I guess you will both be dead, said the general.
10% of the population.
Resolution here, maybe. I'm sorry, but I need to be king. The king shook his head and tried to think of a way out, but he knew it was hopeless. There was nothing he could do. Then, suddenly, the king's wife came rushing into the room with her 3 sons. She held a bloody knife in one hand and a gun in the other. I thought you're dead. Did he have 2 queens? Stop, commanded the queen. Wait, so who did I kill? Both of you, stop right there. The general looked confused. What's going on? What are you doing to my husband? Asked the wife. He's my husband and I love him dearly. Stop trying to kill him. Kill him? Yes, kill him. He's a horrible father and has caused our family so much pain. He deserves to die.
What?
Wait, who are you? Asked the general. How do you know my name?
Gone on a tangent.
My name is Jane and I'm the king's wife. You're the queen? Asked the general. Of course I'm the queen. But the general had enough and attacked the king.
Did he have an affair? Was there a bastard child?
I'll take your son anyway. Jane, please stay back, said the king. This man is crazy. True. Shut up.
He definitely is crazy. Yeah, he is crazy.
Wait, Jane. Either you submit to me and become my king, or I'll kill you. Wait, Jane's trying to become king of North Dakota? Jane has gone rogue. And that's when the general attacked. He swung his sword at the king.
Wow, just send him off.
The general was surprised that he hadn't been killed yet, but he was even more surprised when the king slammed his fist into his gut. The general doubled over and dropped to his knees. There's no need to kill him, said the king. I surrender. I give up everything to you. I give you my crown, my throne, and my kingdom. All I ask in return is that I be allowed to keep my family.
Oh, well, okay.
He stared
Didn't
at the king
sort of get Megacorn from this?
What he was seeing. The king has surrendered him without a fight. So my general is now the king of North Dakota, but I failed to merge and form Megacoda. I do not have the Megacorn. All right, you guys are up next. Remake the NFL. Invade New Mexico. Invade
New Mexico.
You can't invade Alaska from space. You can send the space pope to Alaska. Crash the moon into California. It's not a ship. You would have to. Okay, you would have to.
You would doom us all.
The moon into a giant spaceship. You're gonna hold on. No. If you do this,
they're gonna
AI
do that.
Is gonna get you so far away from America. Like,
yeah, it is.
You guys are gonna be on one story way the fuck out here. And I'm gonna be down here fighting for Utah.
Jupiter.
You gotta stick to America. No blowing up Mars. Okay, here's what I'll say. You can turn the moon into a spaceship, but then you have to use it on America. And all you would be able to do is just crash the moon into California. That's
you can just kamikaze.
I guess you could crash it into Megacoda. On your next turn, you guys need to get this shit back to America.
Kill us all.
You're way off course right now. All right, you almost decided to turn the moon into a giant spaceship, but instead you were going to invade New Mexico. Now, invading New Mexico is smart. smart because whoever can take California first will get an automatic bonus resource of gold. It's basically 2 free points, but you've got to expand.
Because I'm pretty sure California was its own country. It had like the 7th highest GDP on the planet or something.
In Texas, in North America. Overjoyed with the new moon state, the Chatlantean Empire now turns their eyes onto New Mexico. The Chatlantean general marches their army of 10,000 muskemen into New Mexico and attempts to take over the government. Does that mean Doug has 20,000? After much hard fighting, the Chatlanteans are driven back. After learning that the Chatlantis Empire has been defeated, the Space Pope takes her shuttle to Washington, D.C. to help stop the Chatlantean invasion.
What?
Wow. That was like the shortest battle we've had. That was just, bam, you're done. We should have called Saul. Next turn, you guys can call Saul. I am going to make my way towards California.
Saul Goodman
outlying with Wyoming. Back in the Doug Coden government, a new plan was forming. The Doug Codens would attempt to bring Wyoming into their empire. Because their insane war criminal general is now living in North Dakota, the Empire sent their emperor to the King of Wyoming's house to ask for an alliance. Dear King,
house, not his
if you ally with us and join the Doug Coden Empire, then you will have all the residents of North and South Dakota to come be tourists in your fine state. They've got to go for the tourism play, dude. The King of Wyoming was very eager to help. He loved money as much as everyone else. He agreed to let the Doug Codens invade Wyoming. I didn't want that. After all, it wouldn't matter if he lost the state, since North Dakota would soon be under Doug Coden rule anyways.
It already is.
So the Doug Codens invaded Wyoming and began building a new city called Dougtown.
Dougtown? That's probably a place somewhere.
By this and became afraid
for sure there's like a Detroit, North Carolina.
Wait, do I get Wyoming? They could either fight or join the Doug Codens and lose everything. So they chose to go along with the invasion. Soon the Doug Codens began to conquer North Dakota, and the Emperor and his generals decided it was time to attack the last bastion of resistance. Okay, I think I win. I've got Dougtown. The king conceded. Let's see what happens here. Maybe there's a twist. General, where are we going next, as the Emperor? South Dakota. We're going to make sure there isn't anyone left to resist. This guy's a fucking lunatic. He's just trying to slaughter everybody. I think we call it there. By the foundation of Dougtown and the permission from the King of Wyoming. Wyoming has been added to the Doug Coden Empire. God, I love Dougtown. I'm definitely moving my headquarters there when I get the chance. All right, chat, you guys are up. What next?
Well, they're going to take Arizona.
What are you trying to do? Give me more information. What do you specifically want to do? Call Saul and ask him to legally acquire New Mexico for you using legal loopholes. Have
Isn't Call Saul like a Breaking Bad thing?
Washington, D.C. Send the Empress.
I've never seen Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul, whatever.
For you. You don't own New Mexico.
It's like
right now. You have to send somebody in. Have the Space
Pope
steal the Declaration of Independence.
Sue
She
New
is
Mexico.
in Washington, D.C., I guess. Oh, and reform the NFL. There's like 20 guys in the chat who really want to reform the NFL. Nobody's been voting for it, but I got you. Okay, you're choosing to call Saul and ask him to legally acquire New Mexico for you using legal
That's over half the votes.
We'll see what happens. Twitch chat hires a lawyer. Let's see if it works. Meanwhile, back in Texas, the Chatlantis government decides to take legal action to bring New Mexico into their empire. But to do that, they need a lawyer. Not just any lawyer, the best lawyer. A lawyer who can try to use loopholes and laws to force the New Mexican government to join Chatlantis. So the Empress of Chatlantis called Saul Goodman. Hello, Saul, the Empress said. Can you find a way to legally acquire New Mexico for us? Saul smiled and replied, I'll see what I can do. A few months later, Saul comes back to the Empress and says, your wish is my command. The Empress smiles and replies, thank you, Saul. I trust that your work will prove fruitful.
Wait, are you just gonna
Saul assures
loophole your way into
her
Arizona?
And starts thinking about all the things her empire will accomplish once they've conquered New Mexico. So Saul Goodman gets to work. First, he studies all the different laws and loopholes pertaining to the U.S. and then uses them all to his advantage. He uses the alien tort statute to sue the governor of New Mexico and threatens him with fines and jail if he doesn't comply with their demands. Okay, that's sounding promising. Next, Saul searches the old records of the U.S. government, finds out that New Mexico has no actual borders.
Wait, what do you mean have no?
Extended and reduced depending on whether or not they want it to be. True. He uses this loophole to
they could just hate California.
The U.S. government saying that the Chatlantean Empire intends to annex the entire state. Once the U.S. government receives his letter, they decide to send an ambassador and some soldiers
they're gonna fight over it.
Mexico.
Yeah, Saul Goodman.
This is a huge deal. They haven't had contact with another race since they fled across the galaxy. Their Emperor Dr. Teep sends a team of 10,000 of the best musket men to protect their ambassador. Wait. Hold on. Dr. Teeps is your emperor and he sent an army? To who?
I guess.
Does he send it to New Mexico? I think you're now invading New Mexico. Okay, in New Mexico.
I thought they already
when the
had New
Chatlantean
Mexico.
army arrives, they're welcomed by the governor, but the Chatlantean ambassador has other plans. He locks himself inside the governor's mansion and refuses to leave unless he's given full control of the state. All right.
Okay, so he's pulling a whole Gandhi thing?
Suing the governor who complained to the U.S. government who sent an army and an ambassador from your empire who's locked himself in a room with Mr. Teep sending an army of 10,000 musket men to New Mexico. Okay, let's keep going.
This is honestly something politicians would do.
The capital city of Albuquerque. The Chatlantean Empire takes note of the situations and decides to stay in New Mexico indefinitely. I don't know how the fuck that worked. You guys got New Mexico. I've still got 3 states though. We're tied up on points. Oh no, we're not. You guys are ahead. I forgot you had the moon.
Yeah, they have the moon.
Okay, what the hell do I do now? I'm going for Utah. You guys are only 2 spots away from the California gold. I want to get to the same spot because then I can go through Nevada and get Las Vegas, which would be dope.
Yeah.
Does anybody know?
Yeah, well, I've been to Vegas.
Do Mormons like corn? Mormons are told to eat fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. Mormons are gonna love my corn. After shutting down all the resistance in South Dakota, the South Dakota Emperor now decides to bring Utah into the empire. Fortunately for him, Dakota has the one thing that every Mormon loves: corn. So the Emperor brings a bushel of his finest corn to the Duke of Utah. Please, Mr. Duke, take this delicious corn and consider joining our fine Emperor. The Duke hesitates, but takes some corn nonetheless. He puts it in a bag and heads back to the palace.
Some corn.
Once he arrives home, he begins to cook the corn. While it's cooking, the Duke decides to open the bag and see what kind of corn it is.
You should probably invent popcorn.
When he opens it, he finds a bomb inside. You fell for it. The Duke grabs the bomb and throws it out of the window, hoping that it lands somewhere far away from his home. But unfortunately for him, the bomb lands right in his backyard. When the Duke tries to run outside, he discovers the bomb has landed right under his feet. He jumps out of the window and makes a mad dash for safety. Before he gets anywhere, the bomb explodes.
So did you kill the Duke of Utah?
His body hits the ground and crumbles into a pile of dust. All of this is happening at the same time the Dakota army is invading Utah. The Emperor sees the news on TV and smiles. Okay, does the invasion work? The Duke is dead, right? I have an advantage. He knows it because Utah is now part of the Dakota Empire. He sends another messenger to the Duke to inform him of his new status as a citizen of Dugtown. The Duke is furious. He's alive? He doesn't want to be a citizen of Dugtown. He wants to be a citizen of the United States. He served his country for years and he refuses to serve the Dugcotans. He tells the messenger that he won't obey the Emperor and that he will continue to fight against the Dugcotans. The Emperor is furious. He orders his soldiers to find the Duke and kill him. The Emperor sends a message to his general asking him to capture the Duke alive. What?
Alive? Why?
I mean, we're invading, but I haven't heard whether it was successful. The general obeys and sets off to find the Duke. Meanwhile, a young girl named Annie is walking. No, we're not talking about Annie. While the Emperor is busy trying to save Utah, why is he saving? The general goes to the Duke's house and breaks down the door. The general's there. This guy's a psycho. He'll kill him. He rushes inside and starts searching for the Duke. Meanwhile, while the Duke is hiding in a closet, waiting for the general to leave, as soon as the general leaves, the Duke runs out of the house and makes a break for it. At that exact moment, a squad of Dakotan soldiers burst through the front door. The Duke is caught off guard and thrown to the floor. Surrender to me, shouts one of the soldiers. The Duke is terrified, but he still refuses.
This is actually kind of like a movie plot, almost.
No, Canada's underwater. But he also realizes that his only chance of survival is to fight until he dies. He pulls out a gun and aims it at the soldier. The soldier points his own gun at the Duke and fires. Suddenly, a mysterious figure appears in front of the soldier who tells them that Dakota won the... Shoot him, screams the figure. Kill him! Who are you, asks the soldier. My name is Alex, answers the figure. And I'm here to save you. Wait, save the Duke? The soldiers look at each other in confusion. I don't know who this man is, but they trust him anyway.
Why do you trust him?
Maybe this is Annie.
He put a gun on him.
So they follow him out of the house and into the yard. Alex takes them to a barn where he says he'll be staying. Inside, the soldiers discover a girl named Mary who looks exactly like Alex. All right, the Dakotan army continues their invasion. Now that Utah has joined the Empire, there's really no one left to stop
they joined?
them. So the Emperor and General march onto the capital of Washington, D.C. When they arrive, the governor of Washington, D. I don't know what the fuck just happened. I don't know who Alex is. I don't know what Washington D is. I do have Utah in the Empire. Maybe there were 2
Now you have the strategy.
I killed one of the Dukes. Okay, the score is now 5-5. You guys are up next. As a reminder, you have Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, Arizona, which you all made. You could go for Utah. They are Dukeless right now. Yeah, I think your guys' emperor is Dracula, to be clear. It is Dr. Tepes.
Yeah. Guys, we should drop the moon on Megakota, take out all his resources in
Ooh, that's an idea.
Find and hire Walter White to cook meth for the Empire. No. I'll also, if you guys want to hire Saul Goodman, I'll let you have him do something in your empire if you want him to do something else. Or, hire Saul to take Arizona by legal loopholes. That worked last time.
Legal
see if Annie
loopholes.
is okay. Go find Annie, Alex, and Mary in Utah. Invade the sun. If you guys would like to send your space pope into the sun, you're more than welcome. We will go at nighttime. Meanwhile, I'm just moving from South Dakota to California. You guys have taken the moon and you're going to try to invade the sun. Reforming the NFL is getting a little bit of love. One day you guys are going to get it. So you're going for the Saul Goodman
they caught him off guard.
Interesting. Okay, here we go. Saul Goodman did an incredible job at legally acquiring the state of New Mexico that Chatlantis decides to hire him again. This time, they want Saul to legally acquire the state of Arizona and force the governor to join Chatlantis Empire. So Emperor Dr. Tepish calls Saul again. Hello, Saul. It's me, Dr. Tepish. Chatlantis needs you again. This time, we want Arizona. Saul smiles and replies, of course, Emperor Dr. Tepish. I'll see what I can do. A month later, Saul returns to the Empress and says, your wish is my... This already happened. The Empress smiles and replies, thank you, Saul. I'm sure you'll make us proud. Once the Empress hangs up the phone, she decides to call her son-in-law, the Emperor of Chatlantis.
Son-in-law? Okay.
Wait, so your Empress is Dr. Tepish's mom? My dear husband, the Empress begins, I have great news.
So about a love
story
in Twilight.
Chatlantis listens intently. What is it? We've successfully annexed the state of New Mexico, and now we want to expand further. Can you please give me permission to conquer the state of Arizona? He thinks for a moment and then replies, yes, my wife. I agree. We should take this opportunity to expand our territory. Let's take this chance to gain more citizens and increase our power. Wonderful, the Empress replies. And since we're expanding, we might as well try to take the whole country. How does that sound?
That guy still has the Wikipedia page for Stanley, North Dakota up there.
Looks her in the eyes and replies, my dear wife, I love you, but why are you asking such a ridiculous question? The United States is too big to conquer. So you guys don't have dreams for the whole country like I do. Why don't we just take California? Because we can do better than that. Why not go back to the drawing board and come up with a better plan to take the whole country?
That's fair.
All right. I'm sorry.
Take the whole country.
She kisses him on the cheek and says, you weren't thinking. That's the problem with you. Meanwhile, in the United States, it's now 21-23. No. So Saul Goodman begins his work to acquire Arizona. He uses the same loophole he used last time, but this time he tries to get the state to join the Chatlantis Empire legally. So he researches every single law in the entire book. What book? And finds out that Arizona is actually part of a bigger state called California.
Wait.
No. If they join Chatlantis, they can become a new state within the empire. And since Arizona is already part of California, it'll be much easier to convince them to join the empire. When Saul meets with the governor of Arizona, he shows them the report that he wrote to the U.S. He explains that the Chatlantian emperor has asked for them to join the empire and that they can become a new state within the empire.
He doesn't get California, though.
A new state as a way to keep their independence, but still be safe from outside threats. That doesn't make any sense at all. He also reminds the governor of the Chatlantis' military might and how powerful they can be. Once the Chatlantis empire
he's like,
takes over
you're already
Arizona,
part of California, so join us.
Moon colony. All right, no. So you guys got Arizona? Did they agree? Wait, hold on. Are we saying Arizona is also California? Because if that's true, we need you to explicitly get California. I know it's a part of California, but if you get a part of California, you don't have
It doesn't mean you get California.
It's not rigged. I'm going to say, unless
you got Arizona.
Otherwise, you guys get Arizona. But I'm going to delete this and continue from here until we get an explicit answer from the governor or some sort of resolution.
If you get California.
Here we go. During the meeting, the Chatlantian emperor comes along and gives a speech about their past history and how they used to rule the stars before they fell to Earth. After
the aliens haven't made it.
The Chatlantian emperor offers the governor an ultimatum. Either they join the empire or they die. The governor doesn't want to risk his life, so he agrees to join the empire. All right, your fucking lunatic emperor came in and threatened them. You guys have Arizona. After the governor leaves, the Chatlantian emperor asks Saul if he can use the same tactic to persuade California.
Oh, God.
The tactic was just threatening them. That's not a tactic. Damn, dude, Saul's working overtime for you guys.
Yeah.
2 states. He might
Wait, Doug should still Saul Goodman.
You guys are saying it should continue. I will give you 5 more generations on this story. If you also get California in those 5 generations, fine, then it's just like a mega turn. But if in the next 5 generations you somehow lose Arizona, that counts too. Here we go. Saul laughs and replies, of course, Emperor Dr. Tepish. Do you want to be a new state within the empire, or do you want to join it? The emperor replies, I want to join it. Wait, I want to join the empire and become one of its greatest states. Saul smiles and nods his head. I'll see what I can do. Over the next year, Saul Goodman meets with the governor of California and talks about the benefits of joining the empire.
Okay.
3 more generations to get California. He mentions how powerful they could become and how much safer they'd be. During the meeting, Saul shows the governor lots of photos of the empire's past victories. He also makes the governor watch all the videos of the Atlantis conquest of the moon. Okay, number 4. By the end of the meeting, the governor agrees to join the empire. Fuck!
Wow!
And in the year 2032, President David Kincaid is giving his State of the Union address when he suddenly drops dead. Okay, this is canon too. David Kincaid is dead.
Sure. David Kincaid?
You just
have unknown cause. Is that an actual person?
3 resource points. You're at 8 right now. I'm only at 5. Okay, I have to kill Saul Goodman, and here's my thinking.
Exactly. Or take him.
You guys don't actually have him as a special resource point.
Offer him corn.
He's on a fucking roll. He's gotten you 3 states in 2 turns. I'm worried that if I don't kill him, he'll find a legal way to steal Utah from me. So I have to take a turn shutting down Saul Goodman. I can cross the border into New Mexico with my army. Technically, we share a border.
All right, yes, that's 4 corners, actually. You can be in 4 states at one time.
Wait. That's really smart. You guys never took a turn to hire Saul Goodman full-time. You've just been contracting him. That means he's still contractable, and I could hire him to take Nevada for me.
Bribe him.
Okay, I'm gonna hire Saul. I'm going for Nevada. Okay, my emperor is currently in Washington, D.C. I'm gonna have him call Saul from there, I guess. Don't fall for the corn, Saul. How do you have his number? How did you have his number? All right, look, every time you guys complain about tiny little realism things, I'm going to go to the map and I'm going to zoom up here to the fucking moon, which is where your army came from. Now that the Emperor of Dakota is safely within Washington, D.C., he decides to make a legal play for Nevada. After all, it would be a waste to send the army into such a deserted state. So the Emperor calls up the best lawyer he knows, Saul Goodman.
So Saul Goodman is the superhero of this
into his empire. Saul Goodman recently worked for the Empire of Chatlantis, but he hopes that Saul will now work for him.
Undefeated.
Big Saul, I have a proposal for you. We'll give you corn, and in return, you'll find us a way to legally acquire the state of Nevada. Saul Goodman is very impressed. He loves free food as much as anybody.
Yeah, that's a lot of corn.
True. But before he can begin working on the case, he needs to go to the Capitol. Why?
Why?
Saul, you didn't do that for the other guys. He packs up his belongings and takes a taxi to the Capitol. But while he's riding in his taxi, he suddenly remembers something important. Hey, driver, do you know where the White House is? Yeah, dude, it's right over there. Thanks for the info. I'll be sure to tip you well. Once Saul gets to the White House, he walks in and meets with the president. What the fuck does this have to do with getting me Nevada?
Wait, Saul can just walk up to the president?
I'm here to meet with the president. Oh, yeah?
Hello, President.
Well, I represent the Emperor of Dakota, and I'm here to discuss the acquisition of your state. President Lincoln is shocked.
President Lincoln?
He's never heard of Dakota, and he certainly didn't know that the Emperor wanted to buy his state. You mean Dugtown, that place in Wyoming? That's right. Wait, why would I want to sell my state to you? Because Dugtown has more corn than anything else. True, answers Saul. The Emperor desperately needs corn to feed his people. I mean, I'll take Washington, D. We agreed that would be a state. Why does the Emperor need corn?
I mean,
asked the
it's
president.
territory.
He plans to create a huge corn farm in
gets
Wyoming
representation
and then bring his
in
people
Congress,
to the U.S. and start a corn farm of his own. That sounds like a good idea, says the president. Let me call you back. I think I might be able to help you. Saul is very happy to hear this. He hopes that the president will agree to the deal so he can get back to work. But before the president hangs up, he says something unexpected. By the way, you have some nice shoes. Saul doesn't know what to say.
I have lots of shoes.
He's never seen the president wearing shoes before. He wonders whether he should thank him for complimenting his shoes.
You imagine the media?
Go to hell. He decides to do neither. Instead, he just sits there patiently and waits for the phone to ring. All right, please, President Lincoln, sell me Washington, D. A few hours later, the president calls back. Sorry to bother you again, says the president, but I've talked to a lot of lawyers, and none of them know how to legally acquire
rigged.
Come on, you can do it, Saul. You can do it. It seems like you're the only person that can help us. That's great news, exclaims.
But
what? No, it isn't. I'll get started right away. But as soon as Saul hangs up the phone, he notices that someone is standing right behind him. Hello, Saul, says the man. Are you here to see the president?
Does he have information that will lead to Hillary Clinton's arrest?
That's weird. I thought the president was meeting with you today. I'm sorry, sir, explains Saul, but I came to talk to the governor of California. Is that guy over there the governor? Yep, that's him, says the man. Wait, maybe I'm gonna get California right now. Saul follows the man towards the governor. Suddenly hears a voice from behind him. Hey, who's that guy? Saul turns around and sees another man approaching him. Can you imagine Nevada? This man is tall and thin.
All for Nevada.
A black suit and a white mustache. Who are you, says Saul. My name is Lincoln, answers the man, and I'm the president of the United States.
Wait, you already met.
Okay, we're back with Lincoln. Wow, replies Saul. I feel honored.
Didn't he hang up?
Give Saul
he hung up the phone.
Nice to meet you, says Saul. I'm Saul Goodman. I'm here to discuss the acquisition of California. Wait, maybe I'm going to get California back. I don't remember inviting you to my office, says Lincoln. Aren't they outside?
Lincoln is
Saul
memorial.
laughs. He knows he shouldn't laugh in front of the president, but he can't help himself. He can't believe that the president would accuse him of breaking into his office without even knowing him. All right, hold on. To be clear, I think Saul Goodman is arguing with the president of Washington, D.C. about acquiring California legally, I think. Calm down, Saul, says Lincoln. I invited you here. Come on in. Saul enters the room. There's a desk in the middle and a chair next to it. They begin talking about acquiring the state. I'm saying the state. I'm leaving it open-ended. Saul is nervous because he hasn't done any research on the matter yet, so he decides to ask the president Lincoln for some advice. How do you legally acquire a state? Okay, we're going to go 5 more generations. I'm not quite sure, admits Lincoln. I've never had to deal with a situation like that before.
We can try to annex Utah. There you go.
I already have Utah. Sounds good, said Saul. What about Nevada? Yes, Nevada is different, explains Lincoln. It's a desert state and has a lot of gold mines. If we annex Nevada, it would become our main source of gold.
Wait, is that a resource?
Do it. This is 4. Sounds good.
Does that count as a resource?
Lawyers who specialize in acquiring states. Actually, I know a guy, says Lincoln. His name is Saul Goodman. Saul is surprised. Saul, you have one fucking turn. Get me Nevada. He's never met a president before, and he couldn't imagine that the president of the United States actually knew his name. Really? Why do you know my name? I don't know your name, replies What a fucking fucking waste. I was so close like 4 times. God damn it. All right,
got
Saul
nothing.
sucks ass. He's over in Washington, D right now with President Lincoln. All right, you guys are up. What do you want to do? Why do you want to kill Saul? To prevent him? Reform the NFL. Send the space pope into the sun to try to colonize it. Marry the space pope to Saul Goodman. If she marries Saul Goodman, he actually full-on joins your empire. You would actually get Saul Goodman as a resource.
He's not contracted
anymore. That's actually kind of smart. Have Saul sue my empire for war crimes. All right, you are deciding to marry the space pope to Saul Goodman. If he agrees and they get married, you do gain him as a permanent, valuable resource.
Washington
until you kill him.
Get the hell out. Now that California and its sub-state Arizona have
that's
the government
near Washington,
just
D.C. I
how
went to a
incredibly
Commanders
valuable
game.
Saul
Week 1,
Goodman has been.
Jaguars.
It would be an incredible advantage to have Saul join the empire full-time.
Some dude walk out of stadium like, yeah, Duvaldy's nuts. And I said,
Atlantis meets up with Saul Goodman in Washington, D. to ask for his hand in marriage. Saul Goodman, says the space pope, you're pretty sure we just beat the and your work for the empire has been invaluable. We've got the moon, we've got gold, and most importantly, we have me, the space pope. Will you marry me, Saul Goodman? Saul smiles and replies, I'm afraid I can't do that, my love. I still have unfinished business in New Mexico, and I can't abandon it just yet. But what about me, Saul Goodman? Don't I mean anything to you, she asks. Saul looks into her eyes and replies, no, you don't. You're a space princess, an alien princess at that. Wow, Saul's kind of a dick, and there's nothing hotter than an alien princess. Wait, what? She smiles and replies, I guess you're right. I am pretty hot. So Saul Goodman gets to work. He files lawsuits against the U.S. government, citing their own laws to his advantage. Sorry, chat. Saul's a free agent. He's a free man. You can't pin him down.
Kill him.
With
He's too powerful.
It's clearly still going. File it one more time.
Launch him into the sun.
One more generation. One more. He uses the alien tort statute to sue the U.S. government and demand they pay him $10 billion for violating the alien tort statute. He also files a lawsuit against the U.S. government for breaking the alien tort statute, which will result in a fine of $10 million for each violation. No, this is fucking irrelevant. No. $10 billion is a resource. No,
alien
because you don't own Saul Goodman because
why is that a thing? Is that a Doug thing? Oh, it is a thing. 1789.
Roasted. Woo!
Wait, what did he say?
Even he said you as a resource. No, because you don't own Saul Goodman because he didn't want to marry your ugly ass. Oh, fucking roasted.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No, that's not true, Chad.
Alien tort statute is the thing.
You know what? Okay, corn sucks. I'm going to get Nevada this turn and then work for Las
Federal
Vegas
law
as a
adopted in
special resource next turn. That would be sweet. Because once I have Las Vegas,
lawsuits filed by non-U.S.
citizens.
citizens.
I'll tell Nevada, since they're in the desert, they join my empire, they get a steady supply of food. Meanwhile, back in Dougtown, the Dakota Emperor has decided on a new strategy for growth. We've got so much corn, says the Emperor, but we need a source of entertainment. So the Emperor travels to Nevada and meets with the Nevada governor. Mr. Governor, says the Emperor, join our great empire of Dakota, and we will supply you with all the corn you can eat. In return, we will build the city of Las Vegas. But the Nevada governor is skeptical. He knows that joining the empire will be a bad move. No, it isn't. Las Vegas has nothing to offer, says the governor. And besides, most of our citizens already live in California. Well, that's stupid. Don't worry, Mr. Governor, assures the Emperor. Our empire of Dakota is full of potential. With enough time, we will grow into a mighty nation. True. The governor isn't convinced.
It'd be cool if you could like have different, like you could add characters in different
so he reluctantly agrees to join the empire. After signing the contract, the emperor makes his way back to Utah. Let's fucking go. I got Nevada, baby. Even though all my citizens are apparently in California with you guys.
But they're not citizens.
None of my states have any population, and the only ones that do have population, I murdered them accidentally. The score is 6-8. What do you want to do? Have the space pope assassinate Saul Goodman. You're really upset with Saul Goodman, guys. He got you like 3 states.
Yeah, he got you California.
Saul Goodman to do what? To reform the NFL. Massacre Dakotan citizens. They just joined the empire. They didn't even want to join. All the Nevada people who evacuated to California, you couldn't kill them. They don't even want to be in my empire.
Yeah, they don't want to. They're not citizens.
Dude. Send the space pope to the sun to colonize it. You are welcome to fire your most valuable resource into the sun. Shoot missiles at Oregon. Launch Saul Goodman in a space shuttle into the sun. You would have to force him into the space shuttle, but that's technically an option. Go. So you're torn between hiring Saul Goodman to form the NFL or launching him into the sun. Your empire has been heavily influenced by Saul Goodman. It looks like you're going for the NFL route. The space pope's offer for marriage didn't work, but she's got another job for Saul Goodman.
Reform the NFL.
She walks up to Saul Goodman and
this time without the Houston Texans.
Saul Goodman, the Empire of Chatlantis needs you for another job. We want to rebuild the NFL in Texas. We love football, and we know that owning the NFL will make our citizens happy and strong. Will you legally rebuild the NFL for us? Saul looks at the Space Pope and replies, of course, my love. I'd do anything for the Chatlantis Empire. Where was that kind of affection earlier when they were talking about getting married? Saul Goodman officially becomes the commissioner of the Houston, Texas, and the Dallas Cowboys.
What did I just say?
Is that
without the Texans this time?
We'll run a little bit more to see if there's other details. Over the next few years, the Chatlantian Empire continues to expand and grow. They take over. No. This is stupid. I feel like this is the first time that it's just casually thrown in. Yeah, and they take Nevada. Like where did this come from? Where the fuck did this come from?
Literally, never even mentioned Nevada.
Nevada came out of nowhere. I had no real argument for why this shouldn't count, which means Saul Goodman just got them the NFL and stole Nevada in a single turn. That one guy who's been fighting for the NFL play this whole time, he is just fist bumping.
Yeah, he is so happy. It paid off.
NFL, which
the NFL led to Nevada.
By the way, most boring fucking NFL in history. I need a big turn. I need to figure something that has a chance for like a bunch of states. Saul fucking Goodman. I want to kill him. I'm gonna fucking kill Saul.
Kill him.
You were so hot.
So at this point, the score is 10-5. You guys are
NFL,
way ahead.
2 teams.
We're now adding 2 special resources onto the board. The first is in Washington. If you take the state of Washington, you will automatically get Starbucks coffee, which is an additional resource point. On the other side of the country, if you take Ohio, you get Guy Fieri, who's another additional resource points. There's now 2 states that give you a bonus if you can capture them. Okay, here's what I think I'm going to do. We take Idaho. We go for Washington. I secure that point. Then and only then do I take back Nevada and go try to hire Walter White. Saul Goodman has been so insane. I think it'll
kill
do the same
Saul
with
Goodman.
Walter White, and I can get a big meth empire, and maybe I can get all of Texas addicted to meth and shut down the NFL. I don't care about people's safety anymore. I'm sending the insane general. Time for me to turn
the
this
insane
ship
general.
around.
There
Let's
you
go. A year has passed, and the empire of Doug Cota has shrunk. Nevada was taken from the empire by the hands of Saul Goodman. Things are looking dire, and the empire knows it needs an ace in the hole, Starbucks. So they begin working their way northwest. To begin with, Doug Cota sends the deranged war crime general and king of North Dakota to invade Idaho with the 10,000 musket men army. The general marches into Idaho and attacks, but the battle is short-lived.
I had no idea
Idahoans are farmers,
was
and they know how to use their weapons. The general's army is slaughtered within minutes. The Idahoans burn all the war crime general's body parts and bury the ashes in the ground.
Wait, did he just lose the general like that?
War crime guy.
Clear cut.
Goddamn farmers, man. All right, you guys are up.
All
Convince
for potatoes.
Oregon to join the empire by offering them an NFL team. So you're just gonna use the NFL to get
Oregon? Oregon doesn't have an NFL team, do they? I mean, they have the Seahawks, but
on a romantic date to the sun. You cannot own
also, like,
the sun. You can try to, I guess, but I hope that the AI would just burn you into a crisp. All right, send the Space Pope and Saul Goodman on a date to the sun. We'll have the Space Pope offer this to Saul Goodman and see if he's interested. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish from this. Maybe Saul Goodman will colonize the sun for you. I don't know. But as tantalizing as
legally take the sun.
Empire of Chatlantis has always desired the sun, and they know just the man to help colonize it. So one fateful night, the Space Pope approaches Saul Goodman yet again. Saul Goodman, as the Space Pope, I control the United States Space Command, and we have shuttles that can fly to the sun. Will you join me, Saul Goodman, sweetie? Will you join me on a romantic date in my space shuttle and fly to the sun? Then we can colonize it, my love.
You're
Saul
gonna
looks
die.
deep into her eyes and replies, I'm afraid I can't do that, my love.
Wait, what?
I need a lot more money before I'm willing to cross the solar system. Okay, so she says no. Let's go a little bit farther and see. The Space Pope's eyes widen, and he whispers, I knew it. You only want me because I'm rich. Well, then you're out of luck, because I don't like you anymore. Oh, no.
Wait, is this breakup?
Saul smiles and replies, well, that's good to hear, because I don't like you either.
Why is
then
the
he
music
leaves the Space Pope alone. The Chatlantian Empire continues its expansion. I'm sorry, guys. You got rejected by Saul Goodman again. Kill him. Well, Law, do you want to kill Saul Goodman right now? Okay, hear me out. Mormons actually work at the FBI a lot. They have a lot of espionage. That's actually a known thing that I heard one time. Maybe it's not true. So
yeah,
I could use my
sounds like a
Utah
Reddit thing.
to train a team of super Mormon spies. Then I could send them into New Mexico next turn and hire Walter White from you. Are there lots of Mormons in the FBI? Why Mormons make great FBI recruits?
Why?
Dude, Mormons love the FBI. This is my ace in the hole. The Mormons. You dumb motherfuckers giving me Utah. Check this shit out. The attack on Idaho might have failed, but that's
I like how
the
he's
Empire realized they don't need brute force to take the state, not when they have Mormons. So the government tries to create a secret training program and build a new Mormon FBI full of the greatest Mormon spies of Utah. Meanwhile, Dogtown begins expanding. They have plenty of corn and they want more, but they also want to keep the peace. And so they decide to purchase land from Idahoans and turn it into a giant corn farm.
Are you taking Idaho? Are you purchasing?
Idaho somehow? They hire a farmer named Jim. Jim has been farming for years. He's very experienced, but he knows how to maintain a corn farm. Jim was a member of the Mormon FBI, but he quit after becoming disillusioned with the organization. So I have the Mormon FBI. Now he's back at it, and he's ready to do whatever it takes to protect the empire. One day, Jim has a visitor. It's Saul Goodman. Kill him.
Wait, what? Saul Goodman's here?
Jim says, Saul, I'm here to offer you a job. What kind of a job? Asked Jim. I represent the Emperor of Dakota. Okay, so I hired him, I guess, and I'm here to recruit him. So I get Jim? You mean Dugtown? Asked Jim. What's the Emperor gonna pay me for? $10,000 a month.
That's a lot of money.
That's way too much money, says Jim. I need $10,000 a month. I can make that myself. Listen, Jim, says Saul, there's no other way to earn that amount of money. That's fine, says Jim. But if you want me to join, you're gonna have to sweeten the deal. How about $20,000? Done, says Saul. Jim is happy that Saul is willing to work with him, but he still wonders why he's being offered such a high salary. Saul explains it to him. Oh, this is Dugtown's tax money, and I'm here to make sure that the Empire gets every penny of it. What? Jim is happy to hear it. He's even happy to learn that his $20,000 monthly paycheck will be directly deposited into his bank account. He understands that the Dakota Empire needs a lawyer to manage their finances, and he accepts Saul's proposal.
Wait, so he hired...
That's a special resource. Finally, I add onto the board Corn plus Jim, who is a former FBI agent, to be clear, and is maybe my accountant now. I wasn't clear about the last part. Jim has MFBI training. What do you guys want to do? Shoot satellite missiles to kill Saul Goodman. Seduce Jim with the space pope. No, you can't fucking... I guess you could. I guess that's sort of allowed, like stealing a resource. Fuck, that is allowed. Okay.
I guess.
All right. Looks like you're going to send the space pope to try and marry Jim away from my empire. This better not fucking work. Can I say that the space pope is heartbroken? No, she doesn't like Saul. Oh, yeah. She said, I don't like you anymore. You're right.
Oh, yeah.
That would be completely ridiculous.
Brilliant chat. Try to seduce the corn Mormon of all people with a Catholic space pope.
Yeah, that's true. You're trying to get my Mormon. Mention that she's hot. No. Okay,
Mormon FBI agent.
Rich. Fine. After being rejected by Saul Goodman, the space pope knows that she needs to marry someone who will truly help the Atlantis Empire. And it just so happens that a new leader has entered Dakota, the famous ex-Mormon FBI agent turned farmer Jim. And the space pope is hot and rich. And so the space pope tracks down Jim in Dakota and proposes a marriage. Jim hesitates at first, but then he realizes that the space pope is extremely attractive. Plus she's rich. No! So he decides to accept her proposal. The space pope tells Jim they'll have 2 kids, and the space pope will raise them as her own grandchildren.
Wait,
call it off, Jim.
Call it off.
Something to keep the farm while giving him a family and a legacy.
No, it's going into a whole family.
Yourself for finding a good man, and then she tells Saul Goodman that she's ready to leave for New Mexico. God damn it, Jim! Fuck! All I have is corn again. How the fuck do I get Idaho? How do I get Idaho, man? I feel like Idaho is the key to unlock Washington. My army is still dead. You know what I'll do? Since all I have is corn, I'm going to offer corn to Idaho, and I will let them know that they could make cornflakes with them. Maybe Idaho really fucking wants cornflakes. If I take Idaho, everything's fixed. Before Jim could begin working for Dakota, he was swept off his feet by a beautiful and rich space pope and eloped with her to the Empire of Chatlantis. And now, without their beloved Jim, Dakota has to resort back to corn. But they have a plan. The Idahoan farmers might not be persuaded by warfare, but they might be persuaded by cornflakes, which you could make from all the corn. So the Dakota Emperor travels to the governor of Idaho and gives him an offer. Mr. Governor, please join our empire. We have bountiful corn harvests, and our top scientists believe that you could invent a cornflake cereal from them with the right technology. If you join Dakota, cornflakes could be yours. Come on, take the bait, you son of a bitch. The Emperor's right. By adding cornflakes to their diet, the Idahoans would consume millions of kilograms of corn every day. I don't have that much. And this corn will become a major source of income. The Empire of Dakota is willing to give Idaho everything they need to create cornflakes. Very well, says the governor. But first things first, I'll send one of my men to inspect your corn crop. Once I'm satisfied with its quality, we can negotiate the price. He's gonna look at one corn. Like my corn. One corn stalk. Like, okay, the Emperor happily agrees, but he has a small concern. Will the inspection process take long? Oh no, says the governor. It won't take more than 2 days. 2 days later, the Idahoan army arrives at the Empire of Dakota. They have 10,000 soldiers. And they march at their enemies. Those motherfuckers. The Emperor and his soldiers watch from afar. Maybe they're coming in peace. Should we stop them? Asked the Emperor.
Maybe they're gonna try.
Saul. What the fuck is Saul? Let them come. We'll win against these farmers. Trust me. The Emperor believes Saul. And so Saul prepares to face the army alone. The Dakotan army arrives at the border. Halt, shouts one of the soldiers. Who are you? Shouts Saul. We are the Idaho army. And who are you?
Is he gonna be like a legal loophole?
William Tecumseh Sherman. William Tecumseh Sherman, asked Saul. Are you sure that's your real real name?
Yeah, that's a made-up name.
I invented my own name. You can call me Iron Balls Sherman. And who do you work for, ass Saul? I work for the king of North Dakota, okay? North Dakota, ass Saul. What does it have to do with anything? Nothing, ass Iron Balls. But it makes me sound tough. Saul has a feeling there's something wrong with the general. Where's your king? Shouts Saul. I demand to see him immediately. I am the king of North Dakota, yells the general, and you shall never see him. That's not possible.
What?
That shouts Saul.
It knows that it's not possible.
Impossible, cries out the general. I was in Canada. Saul is stunned by this
Canada? Is that a resource?
He wonders how the general could lie about something like that. Well, says Saul, I hope you had fun in Canada. Canada! Screams the general. I was in Quebec. I didn't go anywhere near Canada. Quebec? Why would you go to Canada? I hate Canada! Screams the general. It's a horrible country. I wanted to see the world, but I was denied entry into Russia and France. Okay, can I get this back on rails? The Empire of Dakota decides to leave the decision to Saul. Saul doesn't want to fight, but he wants to get rid of the Idahoans as soon as possible. If the Idahoans join Dakota, the Empire will be able to buy the Dakotas food and cornflakes. Will we? And if the Idahoans refuse, then the Empire can destroy them. But Saul decides to play along. He pretends to consider the idea of allowing the Idahoans to join Dakota. No, don't
that's
pretend.
What you want. Don't pretend. That's what you want.
But he knows that if he lets the Idahoans in, he'll eventually run out of corn. True. So he convinces the Emperor to give him a couple of days to come up with a solution. The Emperor agrees, and Saul heads back to Dugtown.
Well, Saul Goodman's just gonna find a loophole to make more corn.
Saul is back in Dugtown and begins working on a solution. He realizes that he needs to get the Emperor
I feel like Saul Goodman could find a loophole in the laws of physics.
That he'll have leverage over the Emperor. Give me 2 days, demands Saul to the Emperor, and I will solve this problem. The Emperor agrees to Saul's proposal, but Saul still doesn't know what to do. He has to figure out a way to convince the Idahoans to join Dakota. Okay, so we're still sort of focused here. Otherwise, the Empire will starve.
There's not
in the meantime, Saul meets with several other people who are trying to help the Empire. One of them is a man named Mel. He works for a company called PepsiCo. Do I get PepsiCo? I guess we haven't confirmed where that is. Mel says, Saul, do you have any ideas about how we can convince the Idahoans to join Dakota? Maybe we should try advertising, suggests Mel. With enough money, we could sell them cornflakes and they join us in no time. Sounds good, says Saul, but you know how much money we're talking about? No, answers Mel, but if you want to get rich, you've got to spend money. Classic Mel. Saul is already rich, but he knows he can't just sit around waiting for the Emperor to come up with a solution, so he goes to meet the Emperor. Mr. Governor, says Saul, I need your help. Help with what? Asks the governor. How do we convince the Idahoans to join Dakota? Don't worry, says the governor. I'll figure something out. And that's exactly what Saul did. He met with all the other companies in Dugtown, and they created a huge ad campaign.
What? This is such a tangent. Also, Pepsi.
Corn harvest. This has gotta work. And they told the Idahoans that Dakota would give them everything they needed to become wealthy. And it worked. The Idahoans were convinced they believed the Empire could provide them with food and cornflakes. And they decided to join Dakota. And now the Empire has 50,000 soldiers who are ready to fight. Let's go. I got Idaho.
They had 10,000 before, now they got 50,000?
Oh. And
why is Saul Goodman so good?
By the way, huge shout out to Mel from PepsiCo for giving Saul the idea. All right, I'm back on the board. Let's go. I get Washington. That's 2 more. I'm up to 8. All right, chat. You guys are up. Where are you going?
There's no way. There's no way.
To the sun.
There's 12 minutes left.
Whatever. I don't care. Jim is dead to me. A lot of people are saying kill Saul Goodman. How do you want to kill him? I need more details than that. Oh, hit him with a missile.
Idaho. Sponsored by Pepsi.
God, classic Idaho. Send Saul to the coal mine. Oh, send Jim to assassinate Saul Goodman. And he's a former FBI agent.
I changed my mind. Divorce Jim and marry Iron Balls.
You guys can't take Iron Balls from me. He's all I got, chat. All right, your options. Invade Idaho. Convince Iron Balls to join Chat
That's
going
to be the number
hold on.
one.
Before you vote for this, he is not a resource. You won't get him as a... That's not a point, because I don't have him as a point right now. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
If you give me Iron Balls as a special resource, and then you try to take it from me, that's fair. New poll. Is all Iron Balls a special resource? What's fascinating here is that this is a strictly bad play. This is not... Like, this is just giving me an advantage and no advantage to you guys, because you don't inherently like have an advantage by Iron Balls existing, which means that you guys are just so infatuated with all Iron Balls
taking what he has
that you are willing to give me a point just for a chance to take him from me.
So they actually go on a different site to vote.
Acquisition, I also get General Iron Balls as a special resource. That's another point. So even with the option to send the Space Pope to marry General Iron Balls, you still want Jim to assassinate Saul Goodman instead.
Okay, if we kill Saul Goodman, it might be
good.
It makes an insane amount of sense for Iron Ball to be the kid, because the kid was the son of the North Dakotan king, and General Iron Balls said he was the North Dakotan king now.
Dude, somehow the canon has actually connected back to my war crimes at the beginning of all this. After Jim and the Space Pope get married and have a romantic, sexy honeymoon, the Space Pope sits down with Jim and asks a favor. Dearest Jim, I love you more than all my money because I'm hot and rich, but there's a traitor to the Chatlantis Empire who must be brought to justice. You can use your skills as a former Mormon FBI agent.
I don't know if you had to call him Mormon.
You must kill Saul Goodman. Jim agrees. So Saul Goodman goes to New Mexico and meets up with the Space Pope. He apologizes for having sex with her daughter and promises he'll never do it again.
What?
Where's Jim? Saul Goodman returns to New Mexico and starts working on another lawsuit to annex New Mexico. You already have New Mexico. After a few months, the Space Pope calls Jim and tells him she's pregnant. She tells him that she's pregnant with his child. Jim is shocked and immediately goes to a lawyer to look over his contract. He found out he can't fire her without paying a fine.
A divorce,
he stays quiet, but he still feels conflicted. Then Jim goes to assassinate Saul Goodman. Where the hell did any of that come from? Saul's in his office when Jim arrives. Saul takes off his sunglasses, and Jim sees that Saul's eyes are covered in tattoos. So he shoots him. You son of a bitch! Saul has a heart attack and dies. 1 week later, Jim runs into the Pope in the grocery store and asks her, "Hey, Space Pope, is Saul dead?" She smiles and replies,
"What do you mean?"
Gone. Jim looks at her suspiciously. How'd you know? I can read minds. Your mind is saying I killed Saul.
Is that a resource?
He's definitely dead. The scourge of Chatlantis is finally gone.
They literally spent a turn just getting rid of one of his resources instead of
your empire. By the way, you guys just killed the commissioner of the NFL. Jim takes over. Man, you guys fucking love Jim. My army is back. I'm going for Washington, and I can take their Starbucks.
50,000.
I just got 50,000 soldiers because of my Idahoan ad campaign. Right as Saul tries to figure it out, he is assassinated by Jim, the ex-Mormon FBI agent. Saul Goodman is dead and will not come back ever. But it doesn't matter, because Doug Coda now has a new secret weapon. General Iron Balls Sherman, who leads the Idahoan army. So General Iron Balls marches his army of 50,000 soldiers and farmers up to the borders of Washington State and begins to invade. If they win, they can take all of Starbucks. Washington State's governor, Sam Brownback, is worried. He knows the Emperor of Dakota has thousands of soldiers and farmers, but he doesn't know much about their
cornflakes.
General Iron Balls, shouts the governor, "Can you please call me back? I need information." "Sorry," says Iron Balls. "My phone is broken." The governor doesn't understand why his general is lying to him. "I don't have time to explain," says Iron Balls. "Just send the Empire's army home." "Why?" asks the governor. "They have hundreds of thousands of soldiers." "Hundreds of thousands of soldiers," laughs Iron Balls. "Don't be stupid." "Yeah, it's like 50,000. "You mean to tell me that you came all the way from Idaho?" asks the governor. "And you haven't killed anyone?" "I haven't killed anyone." "Are you crazy?" asks Iron Balls. "I just came here to talk to the Idahoans. Now get out of my way or else I'll destroy your city." What is going on? The governor is scared.
I don't know what's
He knows that the Empire will attack his city in a few hours, and so he sends out the Oregonian army. Wait,
Oregonian?
Before the Oregonians can arrive, Saul Goodman comes down from heaven.
Wait, he's back?
The armies of Dakota. What the fuck?
What?
Am I
dead? Wait, how did Twitch chat just do that,
This
actually?
was not fucking planned. There's no way you planned
They
for
literally
Jim to murder Saul so he comes down and destroys. Who is Saul? What is he doing? This was so planned. And you know what the worst part is? You know what
That's so rigged.
Now fucking Saul Goodman is back, canonically. Which means you could hire him to take Oregon. Shit. Is Saul an angel?
But they're not close to Oregon.
Saul is now also an angel, yes. Hire Saul Goodman to legally acquire heaven. Have Jim assassinate God. If we marry God, do we get him as a resource? Yes. Okay, you're voting to have Saul Goodman try to acquire heaven. Technically, you could be on game point. If you get both heaven and God, or heaven and like Oregon or something. Good luck, chat. You are shooting for the stars here. But suddenly, Saul Goodman descended from heaven as an angel and destroyed the Dakotan army, saving Washington State from ruin. The Space Pope and Jim are shocked. Saul Goodman is back, and that means they can hire him
back for vengeance?
So the Space Pope
You killed him just to hire him back? What'd you do, just like level him up? What'd you Gandalf him?
We've heard about your heavenly transformation. And the
He's like, oh, I'm gonna kill you. Come back as, you know,
like
Jim the White.
To sue God and legally acquire heaven for our empire. Will you do it, Saul? Will you legally get us heaven? Saul looks into the Space Pope's eyes and replies, "Of course, my love. I'd do anything for you." Don't they hate each other? The Space Pope
then they try to get married.
Then she calls Jim. Dear Jim, I'm pregnant with your child. I'm
we're back on this again.
Hot and rich. But
pregnant.
Else you should know. Saul
having a kid will make
God
neither
for
of those
ownership
things.
of heaven, and we think he might win. There's no fucking way. So if you ever want to see your wife again, you'd better join us. So Jim joins the Empire of Chatlantis, and together they sue God. God takes the case to the Supreme Court of the United States, where they agree that heaven belongs to the Chatlantis.
Whoa.
The goddamn Supreme Court
The Supreme Court of the United States has jurisdiction over heaven and God.
The moon and heaven.
They just
still get Washington, though.
Doug, this is what you get for not taking over the Supreme Court and instead focusing on corn.
How was I supposed to know the Supreme Court would
just take him right back.
I have to go for Washington again because I get the 2 points, and I need that before you guys take it. I'm offering them General Iron Balls. That's all I got. Washington people don't like corn. I'll say they can have General Iron Balls as their king if they join my empire. With their army destroyed, the Dakota Empire now must use diplomacy to expand the empire. No one has wanted their corn, but they know they've got one thing that's irresistible. General Iron Balls.
Why is it irresistible?
North Dakota. The Washington people might not want their corn, but everybody wants Iron Balls as their king. So the Empire of Dakota formally offers Iron Balls to Washington's governor in exchange for an alliance into the empire. I really explained what I want here. Please give it to me. The governor agrees and General Iron Balls becomes the governor of Washington State. So I win? I got it, right?
Wait.
But it turns out that Iron Balls has a very hard time running a state. He doesn't understand the concept of taxes, and he doesn't really care about Washington.
What is this, Ulysses S. Grant? What is this?
Unless Iron Balls ruins Washington State, I think I get Washington. He's more concerned with finding a wife. Is there anyone you like, asks the Emperor, or do you want to marry a girl from North Dakota? A girl from North Dakota? Okay, 4 more? I thought you said you like girls from Washington. I do, says the Emperor, but I also want a wife from North Dakota. She'll be much easier to control. Oh, says Iron Balls, but I don't know any North Dakota girls. Then you'll just have to find someone else, says the Emperor. It's fine. Are they going to talk about Washington, or Iron Balls is upset. He thinks that the Emperor is being unfair. In his eyes, the Emperor's only goal is to make sure he gets married to a North Dakota girl. Okay, this is it. As long as I don't lose Washington. If you think I'm going to marry any North Dakota girl, says Iron Balls, you're wrong. And so Iron Balls leaves the Empire. No! It takes him 3 years to travel back to North Dakota where he finds a woman.
Oh, God, we have Mary.
Fuck! I still have Washington. I just lost Iron Balls. Why did I go one more?
Because he went off to get married?
On game point. You have 12 points total. If you get to 13, you won. Pope is getting more hot and pregnant by the minute. Okay, offer God an NFL team if he joins. That's a pretty good one. Space Pope and Jim try to marry God. Recruit Iron Balls.
Tight end Aaron Hernandez.
Send Jim to try to
that's dark.
God could be your winning ticket. Ask God and Saul Goodman
put O.J. Simpson at running back.
Hear me out. Ask Saul Goodman to legally acquire God. All right, here are your options. Okay, Saul Goodman, can he close out the game for you? Can he acquire God? If you get God, that's a special resource, and that's point 13. Here we go. But technically, Chatlantis doesn't own God, and they know that their utopian empire will only be complete if the Heavenly Father joins Chatlantis. Only then will they have truly dominated Dakota.
Please someone's going to be at
America. But how on earth could they
God
get God
in a
to join the
football
empire?
jersey?
What person could possibly accomplish such a task?
Jersey.
That's when it hit them. And the space
I had no idea
Pope
NFL was
Saul.
going to be in this.
Saul Goodman, she explained, your work is almost done, and I am hot and rich and psychic and pregnant, but one final task remains. We need you to legally acquire God into the Chatlantis Empire.
How do you
acquire
God
Jim,
legally?
Give us God, Saul. Saul looks at her and replies, okay, my love, here's the plan. On the day of judgment, God will send a prophet to tell people to repent and follow Christ. Wow, we're getting into it. Okay. The prophet will travel across the country, spreading the word of salvation. When he arrives in Chatlantis, the space pope will give him a book. It will contain all the laws of the empire, and it will show him the path to eternal bliss. Wait, are you guys going to try to get Jesus to join? What does the prophet have to do with me? The space pope asked. Saul replies, he has to kill you and capture your soul as his own. And Saul leaves New Mexico. He travels to D.C. and meets up with the space pope. Together, they create a plan to capture the prophet, trying to kidnap Jesus. 2 weeks later, the prophet arrives in Washington, D.C. Okay, he's dressed in a white robe and he has a long hair and beard. Can they do it? His name is Jesus of Nazareth, and he's been sent by God to preach about salvation. The prophet will walk through the capital city of Washington, D., telling everyone that he is a messenger from God. People will believe him, and they'll gather around him. And then Saul Goodman will appear. He'll stop the prophet and shoot him in the head. Saul says this as if it were a normal thing to do. Wait, so it hasn't happened, right?
He shot Jesus?
Saul shot Jesus yet. Okay, wait. Okay, so Saul and the space pope make the necessary preparations to wait for
Saul
Jesus.
Goodman.
A couple days later, the space pope receives a phone call from the prophet. He tells her,
My head
I'm here
hurts.
in D.C. Wait, Jesus called the pope? I'm here in D.C. I haven't seen Saul yet, but I've already captured his partner.
Refused to marry the pope, the hot, rich pope.
Oh no! The space pope exclaimed, Saul's gonna kill both of us. What should I do? Just act normal. Tell Saul that everything is okay. Don't panic, and don't let anyone in the room see you. Just stay hidden, and maybe a miracle will save us. Maybe a miracle will save us all, the Space Pope whispers. The prophet hangs up, and the Space Pope puts her hand over her face to hide it. Then she looks at Saul and tells him, Saul, I'm scared. Come with me. Saul follows her, and they go into a secret room filled with rat cages.
Why rat cages?
Tied up with a rope. Wait, so I think Saul Goodman captured Jesus.
The sound effects in the background.
I thought he got shot in the head. Chair surrounded by rats. They're all over him, even in his mouth.
Oh.
And thus, Saul Goodman and the Space Pope successfully kidnapped Jesus Christ, including a very long torture scene, which we will now skip.
Yeah.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how the great empire of Chatlantis earned their 13th point and officially took over the United States of America.
Florida.
Congratulations.
Oh, okay.
What is the point of taking over America?
This is the third part.
An NFL commissioner. I give you 3 chances. 20 gifted subs if Jesus joins the NFL. But I just have one more question, says the Space Pope. This question is the real reason we kidnapped and tortured you, Jesus. Yes, asked Jesus. Will you become the new commissioner of the NFL? Why do you want that? Because I want football season to start, so I can watch my favorite team play. Says Jesus. You see, I can help you.
This video's coming out
because I know a guy who can make sure the Super Bowl never ends. Thank you, says the Space Pope. Now, please untie me. I have to go tell Saul the good news. One more. Jesus undoes the ropes around the prophet's hands, and the Space Pope leads him out of the secret room. As soon as they leave, Saul appears with his gun and shoots him in the head.
Again, why is Saul Goodman like shooting?
Assassinated Jesus. You still have no commissioner. You might have the moon and Saul Goodman and heaven and Jesus.
And God.
You still got no NFL commissioner. Suck it, chat.
Okay, so let me Saul Goodman was playing on both sides here, but let me just explain the Chatlantian side of Saul Goodman. So, he took New Mexico, okay, then he also took Arizona, and then eventually took California in one fell swoop, refused to marry the hot, rich, Space Pope, okay, went over to the Doug Army. They had him killed for going to the Doug Army by the the ex-Mormon FBI agent, Jim, who was from Utah, that married the Space Pope, and then killed Saul Goodman, and then Saul Goodman showed up, and what? Saul Goodman came back and, he did something for Doug, against Doug, somehow. And just, then he sued heaven. They sued heaven in the U.S. Supreme Court, no less. Saul Goodman then shot Jesus in Washington, D.C. in front of everybody. Captured Jesus, tortured him with rats in a cellar. Jesus then untied the prophet, somehow. They're not related, apparently. And then Saul Goodman shot him in the head again. Hi. I don't know what to say. That should be a movie. I'd watch that. I'd watch that movie. Can we start a GoFundMe to fund this movie? Because wow. That is a story and a half. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it made your day a little little better, because that's what I'm here for. I read every single one of your comments, so leave them down below. If you see a Doug video that you want me to react to, definitely put it down in the comment section. And if you see one you agree with, definitely like it as well. Let me know that you also want that one. It's kind of like a voting system. Dragon Ball Z Abridged, Bardock, Father of Goku with my best friend Kirby, drops tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Patrons have it right now, so literally $3. Well, actually, if you do $3 today, then I'll just, I don't know. It's the end of the month. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. I will be streaming on TF2 from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so that's going to be fun. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I hope you stuck around for it. But until next video, take it easy and cue the music.